Hello, welcome to the quotient property of exponents. Here we're going to introduce the quotient property and look at a more advanced version of it. The quotient property, when I'm dividing exponents in the same base, so they have the same variable, my exponent, a base n divided by a to the n divided by a to the m equals a to the n minus m. But the bases have to be the same. If my values are different, it doesn't work. So by values, I mean my variable or my number. If the big variable, the big number are different, it doesn't work. So x to the 1 divided by x to the 4 is going to, I want to rewrite that as x to the 1 minus 4. Always rewrite it in this format before we go to simplify anything. And this equals x to the negative 3. I want to write this with a positive exponent, so I'm going to simplify it by writing it as 1 over x to the 3 based on the negative exponent property. Let's look at part B. It says simplify x to the 7th divided by x to the 5th. This is going to be x to the 7 minus 5, which is x to the 2, or x squared. Since it's not to a negative power, I don't have to rewrite it. Let's look at a more advanced version. So at the advanced section, let's look at letter A. It says simplify x to the 7 divided by x to the 5th and x to the 3rd divided by x to the 1st. So here's a good example of why we have to make sure we're careful to only work with the same bases. So I can't do 7 minus 1 or 3 minus 5. I've got to work with the z's and the x's only. So it can only be z to the 7 minus 5 times x to the 3 minus 1. Any variable without an exponent is a 1. This simplifies to z squared x squared. And it's that simple. Just make sure we write them out as normal values instead of as quotient values. Let's look at letter B. A squared minus a cubed, a squared minus a cubed, b6 divided by b6. This is going to reduce to a to the 2 minus 3 and b to the 6 minus 6. 2 minus 3 is negative 1, so it's a to the negative 1, and 6 minus 6 is 0, so it's b to the 0. Anything to the 0 power is just 1, so the b cancels. So I'm left with a to the negative 1, which equals 1 over a. So just remember to write them out in terms of applying the quotient property, which is subtracting the powers, and then simplify them from there.